This is 2:55 a.m. Friday, August 13th, 2021. So I have been waging like a one-man digital war of video documentation against AT&T and LA Fitness, and because of that, AT&T has its henchman, the fat sociopathic, nearly 60-year-old that I live with, who they have me trapped here. Literally, like, she gives away access to my applications, all my writing work. This fat moron broke Cinnamon's leg. I come back after waging this war against AT&T and YouTube, like updating my app so that it actually works and I can put these videos on. And she's so bad about it because she's ATT 008, has been for 4 years. This is Cinnamon. This is my little Cinnamon. She's beautiful. She is just a sweet little angel kitten. And this fat sociopath broke her little leg. If you see her walk, you can see. Are you okay, baby? Hey, you. Notice how she's favoring it. Are you okay, baby? Are you okay? It hurts her so bad to move on it at all. Are you okay, baby? This fat sociopath, Johanna Lee Byram, 605 State Street, Yorkville, Illinois, 60560. 630-636-8462. She is such a piece of shit. I have a video that it's like 11 minutes from earlier today when I'm confronting her about this. What she does, she starved Maggie to death. Pepper came here. I mean, it's all military, and this thing is absolute abomination. Within like a month of us being here, Pepper out of nowhere is deaf and blind, and they use animals in the sickest way. But she broke Cinnamon's arm, and like, I know that it was her because right when I got here, like, she pitched me something how she heard the cat screeching outside. It was after nightfall. That or one of the pedophile neighbors, because they're all mad at me. AT&T is waging war against me to take away my formidable voice. I mean, I might sound stupid most of the time, but I mean, they don't like the things I say, not because they're vulgar. This is what AT&T does. This is what these people do. They hurt the vulnerable. She broke Cinnamon here's arm. The other video, which I've disdained to put on, I'm confronting her how she for 4 years with AT&T have just given them open form to everything. Every email I filled out doesn't go to the place. Every application I filled out doesn't go to the place, except that they have it in their pocket. Staples hired me, but I had to fill out the application 3 different times, and it's just a big circle jerk every single job. And like, her excuse was, why didn't you pay for your own data? So because I was too poor, because this paramilitary pedophile factory around Yorkville, Illinois, where Dennis Hestert, confirmed child molester, ascended to power, because I couldn't afford it. That's her excuse for my own data. Because I couldn't afford it, that's her excuse for giving them access to all my work and thwarting every one of my attempts at prosperity and to get the fuck out of this house with this worthless pig abomination. That's Johanna Byram. She's in the DAR. Her only friend, Lisa Wolenkovic, like, Johanna tutors this kid's son, but it's all malfeasance and misdirection around me. I don't care how crazy that sounds. That's the truth of it. But they hurt the vulnerable. That's why they molest children, like these things which are absolutely powerless. They can't stop me from speaking, but they can hurt this Cinnamon, who I love. And Smalls, like John William, the piece of shit that didn't pull out of my mother, and 9 months later she shat me out. As I was sleeping 5 feet from the dog, pulled out Rocco Taco, the Golden Grunter, the Golden Grunter Belgrande, pulled out the pivotal whisker in like a dog's cheek, that nerve ending, that with like that thick whisker, that's like the tip of a penis. He yanked it out, and Rocco's face rotted for like a month. He did that, and then jumped. It was dark, and I'm sleeping. And he jumps like in the dark, in the almost pitch black, trying up the stairs, and I say, "What the fuck are you doing?" And starts yelling, "This is my fucking house!" Blah 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 blah. This is Caroline's husband. Caroline is the worthless bitch that shat me out. She got my hopes up to see my Astro last September, just to, I'm thinking, are you going to bring him over? We planned on today. He's been dead for a year. They killed him. These things are absolutely despicable. That's why these Yorkville. So there's a guy right here who's in like the military. They did this thing where for like past 4 Sundays, I'll wake up, I'll go upstairs, dead silence until I go up there, and then everyone goes with their engines like I make fun of them for everything. These local idiots, these local paramilitary. So two Sundays ago, they take Cinnamon here and put her in a cage and have her meowing and howling, and then do the room thing when I wake up and go out there, and I can hear just her calling for help out of this cage, and then I'm going, can't find her anywhere, and I go up front to look for her in the front yard, and then all of a sudden Johanna, the 300-pound dissexual mongoloid, happens to waddle back there in a flash, and I found her, just happened to find her. It is the most despicable thing, and this is AT&T's retaliation, is having them torture my cat, because cats can't tell me. But Johanna had her alibi and excuse and story lined up for me to get here. So I'm certain of it. I don't need them to tell me these things are occurring. I know they're occurring, and it makes you so angry. America, you need to hate these things. They are absolute scumbags. Johanna Byram, her fat ass has been living off of her dead mother's inheritance her whole life. She doesn't leave the house but to go stuff her face once a day. It's all made to have her surveil me all the time. Non-stop. There's so much I could get into, but what really disgusts me is that AT&T is a bunch of scumbags. Johanna's Wi-Fi name, ATT008, like she's their double agent. That's been for 4 years, since I've been here. Only since, 2 weeks ago, me and AT&T weren't at odds. They weren't a rival yet. And then I upload some videos they don't like, and they make a model of a phone obsolete to all data, which I have all this on video. I'm going to put it on YouTube as well. And then it becomes clear once, these are their measures when we face off. And now, so like the past 4 years all of a sudden makes a shitload of sense. Of course it's all through AT&T. Limiting you and your thing, that's our thing. And having Henchmen break my cat's leg. America, this is just a sweet little kitten full of frolicking play, who has become withdrawn and shy and afraid. Johanna starved to death Maggie in a bathroom. This thing is a disgusting piece of shit. They have me trapped here. So it's like I fill out applications at places, and this paramilitary thing intercepts all of them. It's so that they can tell the judge, no, he's just a lazy piece of shit, and he owes me a bunch of money for staying in my basement, which he couldn't get out of because I was helping them keep him chained. Like, America, these things are so disgusting. But I mean, I can take so much because ultimately I know faith has seen me through this that I'll make it out regardless, and I will overcome them. They won't say I came out of Yorkville. They will say I overcame out of Yorkville, this pedophile factory. But breaking my cat's leg, that is, and then the cage thing. So it's like either the neighbor. Why am I even just talking about it? Why not go outside? If you hurt animals, that's the worst thing to me in the entire world. And this fat moron she begs I have her on camera. This is the most despicable thing in the world. I think she's a dead abomination. Just a dead body being worn by international fucking interests. Okay. So that's the neighbor's house. Boy, it'd be nice if it wasn't 3 a.m. Is there any way to show some? So, is there any way? Can you see anything? Not really. This is where Johanna's house is, 605. And, maybe if I get closer, you can see this house. This is the Truman Show, so they might have a car drive by. The one time I go outside and they don't have a cycle rush by, which doesn't bother me. I know I have friends and enemies, but in Yorkville I have only enemies. So this is State Street in Yorkville. And I showed you the neighbor's house with whom Johanna shares a driveway. Apparently his name is Kotz. Was an ex-sheriff. We are rivals, and he is gone totally gray since I've put him on my camera and put it on blast. So, this is State Street. Good gracious, you can't see it. That's Fox Street. So, just kitty corner here. So that's 302 is where the other neighbor that was involved in the cat caging thing. 302 Fox Street, West Fox Street in Yorkville. There's a stoplight up ahead. That's at Route 47 on the south side of the bridge of Bridge Street. So that guy's backyard, 302, which might also be this guy, so it might not be 302, it's the next door neighbor to 302. Fuck, now I gotta walk that way again. So there's 2 mailboxes here, so it's not 302, although they were doing shit at a different time. Hey, shit, fuckhead. It's 304. 304. It's 304. Fox Street, West Fox Street, 304. And then I was pissed off and I came and I got my camera and this fat ass waddled, knew I was on camera and does this pissed off thing in front of his wife. He's looking up to see his response. And he waddles his fat ass behind a parasol because they share a backyard with us, and anytime they're outside, if I wanted to, I could just watch them as they watch me. This Yorkville is the most disgusting thing. That guy came in so last summer, I noticed that Gemini semis are distinctly rotating around me. It doesn't matter what time I go out. I'm meeting, these things are being around me no matter what. And I start putting it on my cell phone, and like they have to then sneak them by me. And John Menard had a bunch of shitty ass plastic wood dropped off, and just like for like a message, and that guy showed up at the same time. That fat moron. You might be able to hear that plane flying over us right now. It's hard to tell whether they're friends. I know they're based around me, but it's hard to tell whether they're friends because, like, this fucking retard breaks my goddamn cat's leg. This fucking retard, I think he's an Air Force man. Either way, he's a gray pimple dick who goes and hides behind the fucking parasol. Once I get my camera out there, he gets to cage my cat. Because these cats don't get to fucking talk. America, these are your enemies. They don't like that I have a big, powerful voice. Like, I'm still considering putting on that video from Johanna, and like, America, you will want to hang this woman. She is so goddamn despicable. I know that she's just a dead body. And I want to say Hindus in some gross, sweaty Hindu bunker. Anyways, this is the neighbor's house. This is Kotz's house. The cop. You can't see it, but this is his mailbox, and there's no number on it. I think this is 607. 607? But I think, no. 608? No, because that's 608 across the street. So that's, and then 607 is like across the street over here. That I don't think that has a license plate, but those guys, they cycle their entire, like, they make you to know it, and that they want you to feel powerless over it. So yeah, that's 607 right there that Kotz is. Like, they want you to know that they're watching, like anything you do they're responding to. It's like, oh, give a fuck. I'm not afraid of you fucking, this has been a decade. They are so fucking afraid of me. They'll try to always put on a staunch, facade. But trust me, America, you've never seen Truman have the power to fuck with these things now as much as I do with them, and I do. But that's why that's why AT&T has them resorting to breaking my cat's leg. In the backyard here, her name is Valerie Moser. Literally, this 500-pound goober. Disgusting. You have to see this thing. Absolutely dissexual. Like, this thing will kill sexuality. Was the only other employee at Elgin X. And of course, I'm personable. I'm like, this person, we're going to be thick as thieves. I don't care what you look like. I'm going to be nice to you, try to make you laugh, be friendly. And every day I did make her laugh until she had to be solid, because this thing, this fat Valerie Moser, blackmailed me out of my job because I wouldn't fuck her. She saw me smoking marijuana, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you tell the fucking bosses. I'm excellent at my job. And she was committing mail fraud as my position, which was a shipper of their goods. And all I have in this world is my integrity, and I did a fantastic job. But Goober there is committing fraud as my position, and then blackmails me into sex. You have to see this thing, America. This abomination wears ugly to behave ugly. You couldn't get away behaving like that, looking like me, because people wouldn't believe it. You can believe these ugly fucking child molesters are evil child molesters if you see them. These are just fat chud men who are absolutely unfuckable if you are any sort of, desirable female. They are disgusting. I hate these people. I'm asking for the American people's help. How far is too far, America? They listen to my every fucking word around here, and they fly planes over my head all day. And those things, I know that's to help me. To have Yo-Yo 618 break my cat's leg because they don't like they don't like that YouTube, updated my thing to allow those videos to go through. I still have so many videos, but they limit my batteries. They limit every little thing to thwart my efforts at just shining light. That's all I do. My whole power with them is just shining light. No one's ever used. Luke Skywalker didn't have his lightsaber wasn't shit compared to my goddamn cell phone cameras. It has just thrown these things into a world of fuck that they are trying not to like drown in. These ugly pedophiles. This is where Dennis Hester, by the way, admitted child molester, rose to power. That doesn't just happen. That was this fascist pedophile sub-social force, paramilitary force, staking its claim, America, in like the 1990s. These things are fucking disgusting. You might be able to discern. No. Another plane right overhead. I don't think you could see it on the thing. But, so like, here then is the back deck. This is the back deck. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I mean, except for this bush here, there's like nothing. Damn, I wish it wasn't night. Oh, this is when I started taping. We share a backyard. I mean, if I cared to listen, I could listen to intimate conversations. They hear me with my social commentary. I don't give a shit. These people are absolute. This Yorkville populace of pedophiles is Sodom. It's absolutely Sodom. In the etymology, Sodom translates to cement and secret, and it's just perfect because what binds like cement? Secrets among perverted men. So AT&T is waging warfare against me by breaking little Cinnamon's leg. I hate these people. I absolutely hate these people. America, you need to hate these things. Otherwise, I pray the curse comes upon you, one and all.